Hello, hello, hello. All right, I'm just going to make sure I'm in the group in the right place. If someone can hear and see me, just drop a comment that you've got me. Just a sound check here, and we'll get started on how to reduce overwhelm. So thanks for allowing me to show up a day late. I was surprised in a few ways, and I'm not going to go into a lot of details only because, totally different topic. But here in San Diego, we ran out of supplies for the vaccine. So my appointment was scheduled actually a couple of times, and I had heard, and I'm on my second dose, and I had heard that sometimes symptoms are a little bit more intense this second round. So when I originally scheduled my second dosage, I had blocked off my day after so I could recover just in case I got symptoms, but then they moved my appointment twice and I wasn't prepared. I was told at a last minute notice that I had the appointment and I went for it because I was coming up on that window. So anyways, long story short, I thought that, I get a little bit of chills maybe or a mild fever. That second vaccine, it kicked my butt for about 30 hours. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to give you details. But in my personal opinion, so just how my body reacted to that, I am so glad I chose the vaccine over experiencing the actual virus itself. So I'm doing fine today. On the other side, if you want to hear more or know some details of that, just message me. Okay, today specifically, we're going to be talking about overwhelm. So if you can relate, if you feel overwhelmed at all with your health, maybe you have pain or you're getting headaches or you're feeling a lot of stress and anxiety and it's sabotaging how like vibrant health, that you could like be thriving instead of feeling burdened or weighed down by stress and anxiety, then comment below. Or also what I hear from a lot of people is that they feel overwhelmed with their business. They don't know where to start. They feel that there's so many things that they could do that they don't know what to prioritize. They want to launch a business and they're not even sure where to begin. So if you can relate to any of this, comment below. You can just drop it. If you're watching this on the replay, just comment hashtag replay and you can just let me know, tag me. I'll come back around if you have any specific questions if you're watching on the replay. If you're watching live, you can ask your questions now and I will answer them. I'm just going to continuously update the video here because I am coming in through Zoom. So just to let you know, there is a slight delay in when I see your comments. So here's something to consider in regards to overwhelm. Sometimes we feel that life happens to us, right? That external events we don't have control, or certain situations that we don't have a choice and it's a fact. It's the truth. But here's something to consider. Overwhelm is just caused, that feeling of overwhelm is just caused by a thought in your head. And that causes the feeling of overwhelm. And how do I know this to be true? Well, because if you take any life circumstance or any life event or your health or your business. So I'll pull two examples, one for the health and one for your business. For example, I have disc herniations and I have a history of sciatic pain. On occasion, when I don't follow my protocol or like when I have to get a vaccine and it just stirs things up, I'll feel a little bit of my sciatica, very, very mild. It's not a problem. I don't freak out about it. I'm not overwhelmed about what I have to do. I know exactly what's going on, and I just know I need to set aside to take a little bit more uh, care for myself. Like for yesterday, for example, I blocked off my day and just cared for myself. It's not a problem. However, someone else in that same situation might have a different thought completely. They might think that their sciatica is just going to get worse, or they might think that their sciatica may never heal, or they might think that they don't know what to do with their sciatica. They've Googled now on YouTube and there's conflicting advice. So they feel overwhelmed as to what to start first. So you see, same situation, sciatica or disc bulge, two different thoughts leading to two different feelings in the body, which then will lead to different results. Okay, let's apply this to business, right? In business, let's say there's an entrepreneur that's just starting out with their business and they want to do yoga therapy. So either maybe they're a healthcare provider and they want to add yoga to their business, or they're a new yoga teacher that has just graduated and they want to help a certain niche of people, of clients with yoga therapy, right? So there could be one entrepreneur that views this new launch or new facet of their business, and in their head, they think, okay, it's going to be trial and error. I'm going to learn as I go. I might make some mistakes, but it doesn't mean that I'm broken. It doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong. It just means that what I tried initially didn't work right now, because it might work later, didn't work right now. And so I need to try something else. I need to pivot. I need to shift. I need to keep going, putting one foot in front of the other. Because that entrepreneur has thoughts that they believe in themselves, that eventually, maybe the thought is that eventually they're going to get it right. Eventually they're going to succeed. Or maybe they have the thought that this is happening. This is just all part of the process, right? So that entrepreneur is going to get success in their business because they're going to just keep going. Whereas another entrepreneur might have that feeling of overwhelm, which causes them to freeze and not take certain actions or take sabotaging actions, for example. And they might have the thought, well, I'm doing it wrong. I'm not getting any results. I'm not getting any leads. Who am I to be teaching this? Uh, all these other different thoughts, and I'm having trouble getting those thoughts because I'm more on the other entrepreneur. Those thoughts are quicker to my mind because this is the work that I personally go through day after day. So if you do feel overwhelmed, maybe you want to share some of the thoughts that you have that's leading to the overwhelm below, and I can coach you on it, right? So the point is that it's not the situation that's putting you in this, giving you this result of whatever result you might have, of the way you're feeling in your body or the way that it's what's happening in your business. It's all based upon what you're thinking, which is really hard sometimes to accept. But I can tell you that when you do own up to this or take responsibility for it, or whatever thought you might choose to have about it, is that it can be very empowering you. It gives you a lot of control, because then you have a way of viewing at life where it's not just happening to you, that you actually have the ability to make changes, that you're part of what's happening in your life. And if you want to hear an example of this, that's not just my words coming out of my mouth, you can head over to this week's podcast. I interview Kristen Warnica, and she has a very inspiring story where at first she thought life was happening to her, and she went through a lot. She's gone through a lot. She's had a lot of struggles, and now she's really thriving. She's just glowing, just doing amazing. So you can listen to her story through the podcast. Now, if you really, this is really resonating and you really want to work on this and you want to dive deeper into this whole process, in April, I'm launching for the first time ever, the Ignite Business Mastermind. It's going to be a place where you can come not only to heal yourself, but to heal your business, right? Because sometimes as entrepreneurs, we feel that it's a choice, an either or an or. I have to choose time to take care of myself or time to work on my business. And so then when you have that thought or view it that way, then one will suffer, right? Because it's an either and or situation. But what I've learned personally is that it doesn't have to be that way. It can be an and, right? You can have vibrant health, energy, time with family, enjoy life, and grow and build your business. You don't have to wait till your business is built or you're getting the success in your business to enjoy life, to be happy, to feel healthy. In fact, if you wait, I caution you, if you wait, then it's going to take that much longer. And I open this because I get a lot of requests and I've paid tens of thousands of dollars, probably over 50K. Don't tell my husband, he'll freak out. On coaches, on business, on masterminds, on online courses and programs, all because I really was struggling in a lot of ways and letting my business overrun me. And it was really sabotaging my health in some ways. I wasn't working with my genetics. I was fighting against my genetics. Some of you know my story with Lynch syndrome and cancer and all these things, right? I was really fighting against that. And I thought I couldn't have a business of my dreams because of my health. Or my health would be good, but I couldn't have the business because I wouldn't have the time. But I've learned that you can really have both. You just need someone to help provide another perspective as to where things are going off track. Or these thoughts, the thoughts you're having that aren't serving you or leading to the self-sabotage. So if any of this relates, this business mastermind sounds intriguing, just hop on a call with me. You can comment below or just DM me. Just let me know that you're interested in it in some way. You can, of course, hop on the stress reduction planning call, because the reason why I made this call is because stress just doesn't happen in isolation. Really, a lot of people are stressed about their health, they're stressed about their business, or maybe both. And then that's causing them to maybe not feel good in their body, or they're lacking confidence in their business. So you can sign up for a call. You can just reach out to me. We'll make it simple. And I'll figure out what's the best fit for you. We'll figure out what you've tried in the past for your health, your business, or both, why it hasn't worked, what's gone wrong there, what the root source of the problem is, because often I find that how someone lives their life in one area is how they live it overall. So if you're pushing, for example, on the yoga mat, then you might be pushing in your business. Or back to the overwhelm, if you feel that life's happening to you, whether it be for your health, you have a diagnosis that you can't control, or your business, things just keep going wrong in your business, that's not your control. Or maybe you don't have the money to create a business of your dream or hire the coach that you know could help you. Right? That's taking responsibility and owning up to life. You might do that in your business, but you might also do that for your health, or maybe you do it for your finances, or maybe you do it for your relationship. So we get down to the root source of the problem on the call, and then we create a plan. We figure out what you could really need or use to help you get to where you want to go. So if you want to join me, get in the first founding launch for the Ignite Business Mastermind. It's going to happen in April. Then sign up for a call with me. We'll figure out if it's a good fit. No obligation. If you're just curious, reach out to me. I'm only taking 10 people. So it's first come, first serve. I want to keep it a tight group. And you know, for my founding launches, it's going to be the lowest price ever. And you're going to get the most of me ever, because I'm going to be very submersed in this group, because I want to tweak it. I want to hear feedback so I can make it the best program possible. So if you want part of this, then make sure you reach out to me or sign up for a call and we'll get started. But homework for this week in terms of overwhelm. And this might sound tedious, and you might say, I don't have time for this. But when you feel overwhelmed, I want you to pause, take a step back. So for me, I'm very kinesthetic. So a lot of times I would feel these overwhelms and I would miss the thought causing the overwhelm. And I really, really had to learn how to track it, because it's the thought that we can work with, right? The feeling just comes because of the thought. So instead of trying to resist or avoid certain feelings or block certain feelings or miss the opportunity for growth, here's what I want you to do. When you feel overwhelmed, I want you to pause and track down the thought of overwhelm. If you feel stuck with this, reach out to me, because it's a lot of yoga teachers, a lot of healthcare providers, we're very kinesthetic. We're so used to feeling that we miss the thoughts that lead to the feelings. So reach out to me if you feel stuck, but try to track them down, then drop it in the comments and we'll work on that, because it's the thoughts that we can really work on and changing. And you're not doing anything wrong. You're exactly where you need to be. It's all perfect. This is just refining. Okay. All right. So I'll see you next week at normal time, Wednesday at noon. And that's it for now. Okay. Have a great week. Bye for now.